Over a period of many millennia, the galaxy's guardians of peace and justice known as the Jedi battled against the order of dark side users known as the Sith. From the Great Schism 7,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, in which a group of fallen Jedi took on their light side counterparts by creating zombies, to the purge of the Jedi carefully planned by the Sith over thousands of years in hiding, the battle of philosophies has never ended. But what if the Jedi and the Sith had played one game of football for the entire galaxy? How would they line up? Who would reign victorious? In this special May the 4th What If, that is what we're going to find out. There are going to be two rules that the teams will follow. The first of which is that for the Sith to not be at a disadvantage, both sides can pick from any number of people from their entire history. And the second is that the same person cannot represent both sides, even if they at some point been both a Jedi and a Sith, such as Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. Starting with the Jedi Team and their managers, they can call upon the services of Jedi Grandmaster Yoda and Bastila Shan. Serving as the assistant manager in this game, Bastila is blessed with the power of battle meditation and does not suffer the same dogmatic views as the other Jedi, giving them a flexible line of thought on the touchline. The brains behind the team is Yoda. With nearly 900 years of Jedi experience to call upon, he is also a proven strategist, capable of victory against the odds, and could foresee events that others could not. Yoda and Bastila are sure to be a formidable coaching duo with their combined battle meditation. Starting in goal for the Jedi is the basilisk Jedi Master Pong Krell. Although his loyalties to the Jedi Order can be questioned, no one can doubt his pursuit of victory at all costs and his lack of compassion for others. The Jedi will hope that he uses his 2.36 meter or 7 feet 7 inch frame, as well as his 4 arms to be their last line of defense, instead of randomly changing teams halfway through the match. In front of Master Krell in this 4-3-3 formation are the two centre backs of Jedi Master Cal Sen Darrok and Yarael Poof. The Zabrak Darrok is a tenacious battler, believing that the dark side must be confronted, and served as a battle master prior to the Great Galactic War. His bravery and composure will be priceless against the rampant Sith attack. Alongside the Zabrak is Master Poof, who was a council member during some of the days of the Galactic Republic. Standing at 8 feet 6 inches, this Quamian Jedi can also call upon his dexterity and intelligence, and he'll be sure to help transition the ball from the defence and into the midfield. Flanking the centre back pairing is firstly Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi on the right side of the defence. Like Master Poof, Master Kenobi served on the Jedi Council during the later stages of the Galactic Republic and was called the Master of Sorosu by Mace Windu, so defense should be second nature to him. Possessed with a phenomenal work ethic and strategic mind, the Jedi can call upon Obi-Wan to stop any attacks from his wing. On the opposite side to Master Kenobi is a fellow Clone War combatant in Master Quinlan Vos. Unlike his strict and code-abiding Jedi counterpart, Vos is renowned for deviating from the traditional methods of the Council, and his ability to interact with objects to see their memories, known as psychometry. Although the latter will not be particularly useful, the Jedi can call upon the Kithar Master's effortless skill and constant movement to support the attack. Sitting in front of the defence is yet another member of the Galactic Republic High Council, in Master of the Order Mace Windu. Regarded as one of the finest combatants that the Jedi Order ever produced, the Karun Master showed pride and courage in battle, even developing his own form of lightsaber combat, and at 6 feet 3 inches tall, his aggressive tendencies can break up any attack and break down defences. Moving from the aggression to the genius is firstly the Grand Master Nomi Sunrider. A legendary Jedi that fought during the days of the Sith War, she will be an extension of the coach on the pitch, using her battle meditation and the ability to cut others from the Force to prove inspiration for the Jedi victory, despite only standing at 5 feet 3 inches tall. Beside Nomi Sunrider is another Grand Master in Sith Shan, this time during the days of the Cold War and Galactic War. Descended from the famed Reverend Bastila, she more than lived up to the reputation, becoming formidable in the ability of foresight, and her telepathy will be put to test against the might of the Sith's back line. In attack for the Jedi, and on the left wing, is Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker. Blessed with literal God-given talent, Anakin grew to be one of the most powerful warriors in the Order, with an off-the-scale midichlorian count. Although he never reached his full potential, Anakin's determination and fearless attitude will be a nightmare for the Sith, alongside his desire for a battle. On the opposing wing is another Jedi Knight who was eventually redeemed from the dark side in Ulic Qel-Droma. Immensely agile and strong, Qel-Droma will have all of his powers for this fight, and he will use the light side of the Force and strong self-belief to combat the Sith defenders. Leading the attack for the Jedi Team is none other than Grandmaster Luke Skywalker. Like his father Anakin, Luke had an unrivaled natural affinity to the Force, but he managed to fulfill his potential to become one of the most powerful Force users ever. Skilled in almost every facet of the light side of the Force, he will be confident of success regardless of what the Sith can throw at him. Swiftly moving to the Sith Team and their manager, as they cannot trust each other, is Darth Plagueis. One of the most intelligent and thoughtful members of the dark side faction, this Sith Lord was notably famed for his ability to manipulate midichlorians to save others from death, and it will be his ability of foresight which will prove to be valuable to the Sith operations in this game. In between the sticks for the Sith in this 3-4-3 formation, albeit extremely flexible in this total football system, is Darth Ndidu. A fabled Sith Lord, and the first in history to go by the title of Darth, Ndidu was obsessed with gaining knowledge, and the Jedi feared him, even when his physical presence had disappeared, but it will be his ability to create illusions, which is bound to create confusion for the Jedi attacks, and provide the last line of defense for the Sith. As for the three centre backs in front of him, we begin with the mighty Darth Krayt. Standing at approximately 6 feet 1 inches tall, the former Jedi Master known as Al-Sharad Het was the leader of the new Sith Order, and believed that they should work to common goals, rather than seek more individual power, a factor that should help to bring organisation to this defence. Beside him is Darth Bane, the creator of the Rule of Two. Bane had the strongest belief that equality could not take place, and that the strongest must rule the weakest. However, it is his 6'6" frame and obelisk armour which is sure to keep out Jedi attacks. Their final centre back is also equipped with obelisk armour, and it is the fallen Jedi Freedon Nad. A student of the Force, this Dark Lord of the Sith was a sorcerer with an intense hatred for the Jedi, and Nad's command of the dark side will be a formidable opponent for the attacking Jedi. In the Sith's midfield, and hoping to bring some order to the chaos, is Darth Traya. An intelligent and manipulative Sith, Traya could even change the memories of the Jedi, and it is this which will help the Sith to regain possession from the Jedi and begin their attacks. Equally adept at manipulating the opposition is the midfielder beside her in Darth Sidious. One of the most powerful Sith in the history of their order, the Emperor will be able to place illusions for the Jedi to chase, and his foresight is going to help to incisively cut through the Jedi's defences. On the left side of both Traya and Sidious is Darth Vitiate. Blessed with a gift of the Force, Vitiate had the ability to transfer his essence to make him effectively immortal, but it will be his power to bend the minds of his opponents to his liking, which will be a nightmare to the Jedi. On the opposite flank for the Sith is none other than Darth Zana, the apprentice of Bane. The former member of the Jedi's Army of Light, the Sith sorcerer had the innate ability to mask her presence in the Force, and her left foot is going to provide a real attacking threat from the midfield. Finally naming the fearsome front three, we introduce the fearsome left winger in the form of Exar Kun. As 6 feet 3 inches tall, the fallen Jedi can call upon his large frame to bully opposition defenders, and his deceptive movements to ease past defenders, then create magic in the box. Another imposing figure of 6 feet 6 inches tall will be on the other wing in Darth Malak. A formidable Sith Lord during the Jedi Civil War, Malak packs relentless fury in his attacks, and he could use the Force to channel his intense negative emotions into more power, and is a constant source of danger on the right hand side of the Sith attack. Leading the line for the dark side users, and completing the trio of physical beasts, is Darth Sion. Although his physical appearance continued to deteriorate from years of attrition and hardship, the Sith used his pain to hold his body together, so two-footed slide tackles from the opposition defenders should be nothing but a scratch for Sion. As a capacity crowd gathered in anticipation, Revan would blow the whistle to begin the game, and the Sith charge at the Jedi. Initially flustered by the aggressive pressing, the Jedi cannot do anything to stop Exar Kun from scoring an early goal to put the Sith ahead. Yoda remained calm on the touchline, and as the Jedi grow into the game, they capitalise on the Sith's overconfidence, finding gaps between Bane and Nad to allow Anakin and Luke to both score in quick succession. The Sith get angry, and Traya and Sidious try to turn the tide of the battle by confusing the Jedi into giving the ball away, and aiming to take advantage of the mismatch between Quinlan Vos and Darth Malak. To their increasing annoyance, the Sith cannot break through the organised Sith defence, with Mace Windu frequently breaking up their attacks, and the game ended 2-1 to the Jedi. The Sith stomp in a fit of rage, intent on revenge, as the Jedi get their moment of peace. That is it for What If the Jedi played the Sith in a football match. If you enjoyed this special May the 4th What If, please like this video, turn on that notification bell, click that subscribe button on this channel, as well as on my other channel What If Films. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.